All right, everyone, let's get into this week's numerology forecast for the week of August 28th, 2016. We have some interesting things happening. We are coming out of August to moving into September. August was a universal 8 months with highlights business, money, your own personal power, and we're moving into a 9 month in September, which represents transitions, endings, and completions. Now, what's really interesting as we move into September is that 2016 is a 9 year, and September for 2016 is a 9 month. So, next month, I want you to expect a lot of energy around things coming to a closure, things coming to an end, all the dead weight being swept up under the carpet, being brought to the light, and allowing you to find closure and completion with it. It's also moving into September. It is a great month for to see results of things that you've been working on. 9 represents completion. And so this is really the time for us to be working really, really hard on the things that we want to see accomplished. Because as we move out of September and move into the energy of the number one in October, time for new beginnings and fresh starts, things are going to be really, really moving a lot faster for all of us. So let's dig into this week and see what we need to be making happen and how we need to be this week. This week, the focus is the number 33. I want us to be happy about this because this is the week that we will receive help, divine support, divine guidance. That could show up in the means of money, that can show up in the means of people, that could show up in the mean of a book. Resources can come in all different sizes and shapes, so I want you to be open and receptive to those resources. But also I want you to know that the 33 also symbolizes work and responsibility and mastering yourself and mastering your own potential. So those are the things that this week's highlights. Now, we need to be mindful that we are being pragmatic this week about all of our endeavors, from work, from our health, from our finances to our relationships. Be very systematic, be very strategic, and be very pragmatic this week. If you do that, it will allow the 33 energy to flow without any resistance. And also, we need to be, it's interesting, I just pulled number 4 about the flow. You need to allow yourself to be in a flow this week. Start off your mornings out with meditations. Get into the act of listening to your intuition and actually following through with that intuition even when it seems weird and crazy. It's about being in the flow. It's about being divinely inspired. So be in that space this week because, wow, the number 10. This should be a good week for luck, and that probably ties back into the 33 as receiving divine support. And what do we know about luck? Luck shows out of nowhere. Sometimes luck is unexplainable. It's almost related to a miracle. So expect miracles in your life this week, but you have to be in the flow. And you also need to allow your ego to get in the way. That means you may be asked this week to do things that may require you to swallow your pride, or may require you to take a step back. It may be required for you to actually listen instead of doing all the talking. Don't allow your ego to get in the way. It's going to cause you to get down and get into the dirty. But also the interesting thing about the number 13 that we pulled earlier, the 13 is also an energy of removal and upheaval. So this week you're being asked to dive in and figure out what's not working and removing those things. And life may also bring to you that knowledge in the form of people or situations. So be very mindful of this week that your ego not get in the way. Now, if we do these things, if we realize we're being divinely supported, if we allow ourselves to be pragmatic and structured and be very systematic about our goals, and we allow ourselves that even though we have that structure to be in flow, that the luck will come in and that we get rid of our ego. Oh, here it is, the number 22. The number 22 is saying this week will be about results. And if you saw my video last week 22 was the focus, which signifies manifestation results, no different this week. These numbers also are very work-oriented numbers. This will be a week that you got to really put the pedal to the metal this week. It will not be easy peasy. It will not be a walk in the park. That doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing. It just means you really need to work. You really need to wake up every morning with a mind that I'm ready to put my plans into actions and remove everything else that is not about that life. If you heard that saying before. So this should be a really, really good week for us. Comment below, like, subscribe, share this video. Pay attention to this video again, maybe Wednesday as a halfway point of the week. If you want a one-on-one numerology with me, go to readingsbybenny.com or message me on social media. I would love to dig into your chart and see what's really specific for you this month, this week, this year, going into 2017. I love you so much, and I pray for a prosperous week for you in your life. Thank you again, and have a great last week in August.